slower than Haley's. So another young man that's getting the job done here. 12th quickest.
I remember his first race right here at this racetrack. Did a good job, made a name for himself, and look, now he's in a full-time ride.
That's right. He was in the 7 car for Corey LaJoie because Corey LaJoie was in a Hendrick car at this track last year. There's Corey carrying an onboard and a foot cam.
Vividly remember that. I felt bad. Corey got the opportunity, got it over in that race car, and actually Hocevar, he outran him that day. Hocevar stepped up to the plate and did a good job. And you know, Corey, the deck was stacked against him. The opportunity was there. We all know the race car driver he was, and I felt so bad for him that day. It wasn't the day that he was looking for, and it really wasn't his fault.
Well, I think a lot of times when you look at those situations, you think, well, I'm going to get in the 9 car and I'm going to go fast.
Yeah.
And that's just not how it works. There's a lot of time and effort and a system that is built around, whether it's the driver, the crew chief, the crew members, whatever that is, it's all built around the guy that's sitting in that seat. And it's tough to jump in somebody else's car and be able to make something happen.
That's a good point. I mean, literally it was built and designed around a different individual, right? His likes, his taste, everything that he likes. And you have to get in and adapt to that. And it just wasn't there.
Austin Cindric is 6th on the board with a fast lap of 32.75. So the Penske car is just one top 10 finish in the last 6 races, not including the All-Star race, of course, won by Joey Logano.
Fords have gotten better. There's no doubt about it. Started at Kansas Speedway, but it wasn't from this Penske camp. It was from the RFK cars. Now the Penske cars, ever since that payday, the $1 million to win on the All-Star race with Joey Logano, now these cars have figured it out.
Well, those Penske drivers are 1st, 2nd, and 6th in this practice right now. Jamie?
For Legacy Motor Club, Eric Jones, 35th on the board. He's only turned 14 laps, and he's come in and out now. This is his 5th time back in his box, really complaining about lack of grip, especially 1 and 2. But as they make these adjustments, his latest feedback was, we're taking a good step in the right direction. So just not comfortable trying to get that 43 machine a little bit better.
He and his teammate are 34th and 35th.
That's a good point, Mike, and that's exactly where I was going with that. I looked over the pylon as Jamie was giving that report, and it's not just him. That is an organizational thing, needing some speed out of those cars.
Todd Gilliland 27th right now, while his teammate Michael McDowell is 9th on the board.
This is a very finicky racetrack with the way that these times lay out. It's so easy to be off here because if your car doesn't turn to the center of the corner, or you have a loose entry, or whatever that little scenario is, it doesn't take much to be off.
It's funny you say that, and look how it's shaking things up. I mean, we just spoke of the Fords, right? And we touched on the Toyotas and the speed that they have, the comfort, the confidence they have in their race cars. Where are the Chevrolets? You have to look to the first Chevrolet is Chastain, which has been quiet this year, this far. Look at the Hendrick cars. They're way down the charts. William Byron, 17th, is the first one with his teammate Elliott behind him in 18th. Struggling out of the Chevy camp.
Daniel Hemrick, 29th in this session, as the red and black flags wave, ending this 30-minute session combined for both Groups A